Welcome to Off the Field. Today, we're kicking things off with our very first special guest, someone whose journey is all about perseverance and faith. Through his injury and his setbacks, he's grown stronger, deepening his relationship with the Lord, while still pursuing his success with his team. We're very excited to share his story today. Welcome, Nelson University's own CJ Hall. Let's get right into the conversation.
How was your week?
It was good, man. I can't complain. I wake up every day, try to pursue my dreams, try to get better every single day. And it's a blessing to be around the people that, have been along this journey. And I'm learning every day for sure.
Congrats on your recent victory for yesterday as well and conference title.
Appreciate you.
How does that make you feel?
Man, it's something that I don't take for granted. Obviously, I put the work in as well as my teammates. But I think outside of the basketball aspect, I think just my character and how I'm treating people and how I go about my everyday life has really helped me in the basketball. So I really appreciate it.
Yeah, what has motivated you? You're obviously one of the leaders of the team.
Yeah.
What has motivated you to become the leader of the team? Because I know with some people it's put upon them, or some people they want to be the leader. How is that for you? And how does it motivate you just to go about your day?
Yeah, I think it's just the person that I am. I think I want more. Us as human beings, we're striving to grow, striving to be better as individuals. As we're pursuing the career that we want to. I just think that if we just put our best foot forward, all days are not going to look the same. So it's our job to control what we can and put our best foot forward for sure.
Yeah, it's really cool. Looking back on your life, who would you like? If you could put one person or just a one very big figure in your life, who would you say is the most inspirational that you look up to, that you almost point everything back to?
Yeah, it's funny. I think my dad, growing up, he was a head football coach ever since I was 6 years old. So I seen the high school coaches, the high school players that he's coached, what it took to get to where he was at, and just the fellowship with the parents, with the students, all those things came together, and it was like a camaraderie. And I think success isn't based on what you can do for yourself. It's as a whole what we can do. And ever since I've been growing, I've recognized that the team matters. Whether that's your family, whether that's the people that you play for, you're not alone, so it's okay to ask for help.
Did you ever play football for your dad or anything like that?
No, I wanted to. In 8th grade, I tried out for football, but I ended up breaking my wrist, my left wrist. But it was during basketball. We were playing pickup ball at Stovall, and I just jumped and I broke my wrist, so I couldn't play football. So I just prepared for basketball, and then here I am.
Do you think that was a crucial moment? Your life could have gone one or two ways. If you hadn't happened, you would have been gone and played football, and you wouldn't be where you're at now. Or do you think it's you've always wanted to play basketball, and it's just something that stopped you from playing football?
It was an opportunity that rejection is protection. So it happened how it happened. It is what it is. But I don't regret it at all. If anything, it saved me, and it definitely. It let me see life in a different perspective for sure. Yeah.
I wanted to double back a little bit. You had mentioned about your character earlier. Do you feel that with your most recent victory and how your overall sports career has gone, do you feel that's impacted your character and your family life with your brother and with your parents?
Absolutely. I think sports is just like life. I think you can't predicate your character on wins and the losses because it could just go so up and down, so it's about just being still, just being focused on the day in and day out, controlling what you can, and loving the process. And I think I love basketball so much that regardless if we win or lose, good day or bad day, I'm always going to find a way to expand my growth, get better, and just love the game, and then trust the process, and the process will love you back, regardless if you think it's going to love you it'll love you eventually, you know,
Mhm.
through the ups and downs. So just staying focused and being present.
Is that the mentality that Alaric also has when it comes to like sports or trying to achieve any other external goals outside of sports?
Absolutely. My big brother is a great impact on my life. He's taught me how to have fun, be joyful, put your best foot forward. My brother is a people's guy. There's nothing bad you can really say about Alaric. He's positive, he's optimistic, and those are traits that I've carried as well. And I'm grateful for sure.
Do you ever find that like, because I know it must be hard being able to be able to manage your like relationship with him on the court and relationship off the court?
Yeah.
Has it ever affected like one play goes wrong for either you or him and it like affected you off the court? How do you manage that?
It's tough. I think, you know, those ups and downs, those mistakes happen. The important thing is to be there for each other. I mean, it's basketball. It's a game that we love, obviously. As competitive as we can get, you know, I can talk to him a certain way, and he can take that, and I can take criticism as well. But just being there for him, you know, I have his back regardless if we win or lose, if he does good or bad, you know, I'm going to love him the same way. And I think that love and that us noticing that, it gives us strength to keep on going, for sure.
That's really cool. Do you feel like you like this is back with your brother? Do you feel like if you ever need to rely on someone on the team more, do you feel like you go to him or do you feel like you go to someone else?
Yeah. I can go to him, but honestly, I feel like I can go to anybody. Whatever problems I have, I try not to internalize it as much as internal as I can get. I think as us as human beings, we can get internal, thinking our mistakes or our, I guess, what we have to say doesn't matter at the moment. But I think if we speak on those things, it could really lift that weight off our chest a little bit. And that's what I try to do every single day as well.
Have you felt any like impactful emotional moments at any point throughout your basketball career?
Yeah.
Even with this most recent victory that occurred?
I would say I had surgery on my meniscus like December 17th. And that was really impactful for me. It was life-changing. It was everything I could ask for, just because, you know, God he can give you something and then he can just take away with like a snap of a finger. And it's important to live in that gratitude. It's important to be humble. It's important to control what you can and not let circumstances that happen to you control your character, how you treat people. The devil's a liar. And that's what my coach had told me. And, you know, he really said, just remember who you are and what God can do through you. And that was big for me. And I'm happy, to be honest.
How big is your relationship with your coach? Because I know there's always been like a relationship wise, like on the court, it's like you trust everything he says, but how is it off the court? Do you also still see him as a coach or a friend, or how do you see him?
Absolutely. All those things: a friend, a coach, a mentor, a father figure. He's helped me in so many ways. He's a leader of men. We talk about basketball a lot. He's a great detailed coach, but more importantly, he teaches us how to go about every single day, whether that's having joy, putting your best foot forward, being the best version of yourselves. We talk about that a lot. Not being complacent, just things that can elevate you in basketball, but as well as life too, you know, when things are going wrong or when you're in turmoil and confusion. He's a guy that, you know, every day, he's an everyday guy. Like, you would never know that he's sad or mad. He just controls what he can. He's a great father. He's a great coach. He's a great person and individual, and I love him.
So you really like try and like incorporate, like, because I know sometimes teams will be very much like, it's basketball and then God.
Yeah.
Does he really try and incorporate your relationship with God into practice and into your life rather than just being basketball and then God?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, before every practice, we pray. We have devotionals that our teammates do. We pick somebody every day and they share a devotion of a scripture and what it means to them. More importantly, he's just, I mean, everything that we do is God driven. He wants to keep it at that. And just keeping it at that at the focus, I think everything else falls into place and he touches our hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Have you ever seen that your ability to play basketball has impacted in a ministry sense to like your teammates or even to your opponents or even like your friends who don't even play any sports at all?
Absolutely. I'm grateful for the platform that I have. Obviously, I want to get better. But yeah, of course, I think this right here that I'm doing, I feel like God is using me as a vessel to bring people closer to him. And I hope that when I play and I speak to other people that they can recognize that I'm just trying to be the best version of myself. I'm trying to use my platform and what I have to offer to lead people to what actually matters. And that's big for me. And again, I'm not perfect. I mean, I make mistakes every single day. But controlling what I can and really recognizing that the focus is Jesus Christ. I think that's big for me, and that's really all that matters.
Do you ever find yourself at like a crossroads with like having to manage your responsibilities with like basketball and your family? And like, how do you like go about that? Do you just like put it all on God, or do you like how would you go about managing, you know, like responsibilities of family, making sure family matters, and then also really focusing on basketball?
Yeah, I pray about it a lot. Obviously, I want to be a great basketball player, and it comes with sacrifices. It comes with time, and you know, I'm in the gym, and other people, you know, want to see me or whatever and stuff like that. But yeah, I think I have a good balance. Every time I'm done working out or I'm not playing basketball, I'm always making sure my loved ones are good and they're safe and they're living their best life. So it's not something that I really worry about. I don't really worry. I think I pray a lot. So and I think that covers me well. So yeah, I'm just grateful that, you know, everybody that I'm connected to are doing good.
Have you ever had like a really big motivation that has affected your entire team like in a positive way, whether it be like a difficult challenge or learning like a new style of play, or just in general, just
someone said something bad and you're like, okay, now we gotta show them.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Man, obviously I'm competitive, so everything I can listen to and try to grasp, I try to use it to my advantage. But I just think that my teammates, my coaches, just who they are as people, I think they challenge me. They allow me to learn, and just every individual has something to give, and they're all different and unique in their own way. And they challenge me. They challenge me to be the best version of myself. They challenge me to control what I can. They challenge me to just be better as an overall person, because there's so many things that I can learn from them. And I'm grateful to have them a part of this journey for sure.
You know, when it came to being like the leader of the basketball team, did you ever realize, oh, I'm the leader? Or at some point, did you realize, oh, I have more responsibility on my shoulders compared to my teammates?
Yeah. I try not to like put that kind of pressure on myself. I think being a leader isn't something that I'm entitled to. It's more of like, I try to lead by example. And then when you do it the right way, I think others would just naturally follow and understand that it works. But I mean, I'm blessed to be in that position to be called a leader. I'm trying to lead people in the right direction, and I'm also looking for direction as well. So I'm just being a student of the game, a student of life, and just being humble through it all.
At what point did you like first get your leadership role in the team, and like how did you know that was coming into your life?
Right. To be honest, I always felt like a leader. I always felt that, you know, I had something to offer. I always felt like I mattered. And I think other people matter too as well. And just putting your best foot forward, I think, and standing up for what's right. I think that's what really matters. And that gravitates people to cater to you, to love you, and just being the best version of yourself. That's all you can really ask for.
Do you feel that the family support that you've received throughout your life has impacted your current leadership that you've applied with your team?
Absolutely. My grandpa is a pastor at True Vine Grape Church, and it's in College Station, and I've been there since I was little. He's been a leader of men, a leader of Christ. I've been in the church for a while. So seeing him lead that, as well as my dad, as well as my brother, my mother, all these people, these amazing individuals, have really impacted me as well. And they just encourage me to love myself, to love my neighbor, to put my best foot forward, and be optimistic about every situation.
Do you have any memorable moments from your first college game?
My first college game, it was against Blinn. I was at McLennan Community College, and we played Blinn. It was my first career start. I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous.
I would be too. That's your first college game,
right? Yeah. You know, you have jitters and butterflies. You know, you don't know what to expect.
What was the score?
I don't remember, but we won. We won by like 10. Yeah, it was an amazing feeling. My family was there. My family's family was there. So it was nothing short of a blessing for sure.
Have you had any recent opponents with this most recent conference that have pushed the team like completely to their limits?
I think every team gives us a challenge in its own right. Whether that's like, for example, we played John Brown the other day. They shoot the crap out of the ball. But that challenge, great players. But their play style, just moving the ball, as well as like other teams. Like other teams are more physical and athletic. So our defense is kind of different, but every game presents its own challenges. And that's what makes it fun for sure.
So then the team adjusts based on who their opponent is and what style they've used before.
Absolutely. You know, if a team can jump out of the gym, we don't want to meet them at the rim. We want to meet them outside of the paint. If they're shooters, we want to chase them and not have to go under so they can just get wide open jumpers. So yeah, like I said, every game presents its own challenges for sure.
What about the teams that about halfway change their playing style to throw you guys off?
That's a part of being about a great team. They know how to adapt. They know how to adjust and what the defense is giving them. And just finding that balance and doing what we want to do, and at the same time taking what the defense gives us. And I think that gives us the best chance to win the game.
All right. Speaking of the game,
I just want to add something real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Something about you said about the defense. I personally think that y'all's defense is like some of the best I've seen.
Yeah.
How much of y'all's chemistry does it take to be able to because y'all are switching and constantly knowing where everyone's on the court.
Yeah.
How much of chemistry did y'all have to, learn and like game with each other to be able to move that smoothly on the court and also like trust that, okay, my guy's going there. I know that he's going to be there.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, it's that trust factor. It's the preparation that we take to play the game. Obviously, before the season started, we were running around the school with each other. We were eating with each other. We didn't have a locker room at one point. So we really would just change in the gym, and then we would just get to know each other. And, our chemistry is based on our relationships as a whole. I think we're all close with each other. I think we could talk to each other about anything. We laugh with each other. We joke. And that camaraderie and that friendship, I think, helps us a lot, and it takes us a long ways for sure.
I think building on that, and this is kind of going in a completely separate direction of everything.
Yeah.
What has been like the biggest prank y'all played as a team?
Biggest prank?
So, like this could be against each other, against your coach, against just like on Nelson that you can say without getting in trouble.
You're right. Biggest prank.
You gotta think about it.
Yeah, it's funny. We don't really. We joke a lot. Like we joke a lot. We play a lot. Prank, like a setup prank, is what I'm trying to think about. But I don't think we've pranked each other.
Or have you done
Yet.
you done any funny pranks like while on the road? Like if one of your teammates falls asleep and then like you start like messing with their face.
Okay. Yeah. In the bus, like some people would fall asleep and then we'll take pictures or we'll just try something funny, I guess, like put some gummy worms in their mouth or something. But yeah, we have fun a lot. There's every single day it's jokes and laughs, and it allows us to open up and be I guess, free-minded in what we're doing and having fun and having that joy, and it'll take care of itself.
It's all in good fun at the end of the day.
Right.
Speaking of that, with the new players coming in, like to the team every semester, is there like a tradition or initiation that you guys do to kind of tell them welcome to the team?
Yeah. Not really. I think we're just ourselves. Obviously, we have a culture that Coach Dill presents to us, and we want to play with joy, obviously. And us showing an example of what joy looks like is uplifting each other, clapping for each other. And they catch on, and we invite them in. It's just a matter of if they want to take it or not. Mm-hmm. And they do. They invite the whole process, like Bryson, Latrell, all the other guys that Leon came from Germany. And we all love Leon, man. So I think we just invite them with that joy and allow them to just be the best version of themselves. You know, you don't have to be anybody else. So yeah, I think our culture says it all.
Do you have any like fun stories or like fun memories that you will like that you were on travel or like just in general that you will remember for the rest of your life? Like you will look back on in your day like, oh, I remember that day. That was like one of the best days of my life.
Man. So many, bro. There's so many. I don't even want to pinpoint one just because every moment, every day was so valuable to my life. I think just being with each other, I think through the hard times. I mean, there was one time that was really impactful where we went out as a team and it was just a unfortunate accident that happened. Jason had hit his head on it was on the floor, and he was basically like he was hurt. And then we were crying and we were just hoping that he was okay. And we came together as a team and we prayed about it. And that was probably one of the many moments that, you know, I felt the presence of God. I was just praying and just recognizing him that, you know, he's all knowing and he can do all things. And we just gave it all to him. And then that really grew us as a team. We saw them in the hospital. We went as a team and we really we were an anchor to him. And we just prayed about it. And I think that right there just says it all, just how close we are, how much we mean to each other. And definitely that moment right there, I think has set the tone for what this season was to become. We're special. We're special individuals. This is a special school with special individuals as yourselves on their own journey. So I definitely appreciate it all.
Do you feel that everyone on the team offers a different role, whether it be support or actually playing like out in the court?
Absolutely. Every single player, every single staff member, the trainers, Stu and Miss Meredith, they all have something to offer, whether that's, you know, handing out water, whether that's encouraging other people. I mean, everybody plays their part. And it's not scoring, rebounding, defense. It's really just being there, existing, being themselves. Because we need everybody. We know when people are missing and stuff like that. And it's important to lean on each other when we're doing good and bad. You know what I mean? So I think that culture that we brought and we bring is essential to our success.
Amazing. At any of your travel games, do you have any of your family members like call you afterwards or congratulate you like you did so well, or call your brother or just want to get in contact with you?
My parents I'm grateful for. My parents go to mostly every game. If they don't, they'll be watching on television. But again, they'll text me good game, bad game. My mom texts me good game. She loves me. My dad is more the critique. He'll tell me what I did wrong, what I did right, but he tells me he loves me at the end of the day, and that gives me the strength to keep on going. So I'm just grateful to have both of them in my life.
Is that where like some of your sense of competition came from your dad's side?
Oh yeah, my dad is super competitive. From throwing this headset on the football field, man, he's super competitive. I think I have two brothers and one sister. And we're all competitive. We all play sports. We all want the best. We all want to win. So they keep me on my toes for sure. They make me want to be more for them as well as for myself.
Did they ever like you'll be hanging out with your family and they'll be like, oh well, at this last game, CJ, you did this. Like do they ever just like randomly pulling things or like just like either get on your nerves or like just to have fun with you?
Yeah, my sister complains on me like, dude, like you have to dunk it. Like stop playing the ball up. I'm like, man, like I'm trying. It's just early in the game and stuff. I got to get my legs going. I got to get my legs under me.
You got to get a good warm up.
Right. You know what I mean? So yeah, just that. I mean, having fun with it. It's what it's all about. It's what makes me happy. It's what makes me smile. And I'm glad that they can catch some inspiration off of what I'm doing for sure.
Or what about those moments where you and Alaric are just trying to one up each other just for the fun of it, and you tell him, dude, you know we're on the same team, right?
Yeah, man, we compete all the time. It's funny because before every game, like we literally dress up before every game, see who has the better fit. And that's
funny.
It's funny. It's amazing. It's uplifting. I think that like there's so much pressure that can go into like just playing the game, and you want to do so well. But I think just being in the moment, being in the moment, having fun, having joy, I think that can all carry you to being the best version of yourself. And that's what I'm striving for every single day.
You know, what are some external hobbies that you like to do like on your free time to kind of decompress from basketball?
That's a good question. I watch film. Obviously, I get on YouTube. What do I do? I write. I mean, I like to spend time with my family, my friends.
What are you writing right now?
And really, I'm writing about a book. It's called A Purpose-Driven Life. I'm writing just like what I gained from it, what can help me. But obviously, I like competition, so I like Uno. I like to play dominoes, spades, and those nights can really get competitive. So yeah, just I think fellowship obviously is what I love to do. Spending time with people.
Have you ever been just like, walking around town and like you walk up to like a basketball court and like these kids or people start calling you out and next thing you know, you're like just like destroying them on the court? Like has there ever been like a time where people are like, they don't know who you are. So then they try and play you. And like, do you ever really try and beat them in the beginning? Just like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Or do you just barely try and like, just have fun?
I try to have fun. I think they notice it when it's all said and done. But again, it's something that they recognize that I appreciate. And then I gain like a new friend. I gain a new connection. So again, just me being as good as I am at basketball and getting better, and then people noticing that, I think so much can come out of it. Friendship, fellowship, whatever the case may be, it's an outlet to life.
Has there ever been like a friendship that you wouldn't expect to have come out of a situation like you played this team and then you got in contact with one of the people on the other team and then like next thing you know you're friends with them, or like you met someone at the gym or met someone on like like a pickup court, and next thing you know they're like one of the biggest parts of your life. Like have you ever had that moment where like you just meet someone and it just kind of went on?
Yeah, it's funny. At McLennan, we played Sagu. They came to our gym
before Nelson.
Yeah, right. And we beat him. My brother was on the team. It was super exciting. I never would have thought that Coach Dill would be one of the many people in my life that would just have influence on it.
So you played against your brother?
Oh yeah, I did.
Did y'all win?
Oh yeah, we beat him. Oh yeah, we beat him.
Did you rub it in him? Be like, ha?
Yeah, for sure. I was not losing that game at all. Not to him, not to my Cortland. Cortland was on that team too. Nah, I wasn't going for it. But But yeah, it was super fun. It was a moment that, you know, I don't take for granted. And Coach Dill, again, has been a great factor in my life, and I love him a lot.
Do you ever bring back that day, like you and your brother were going back and forth? You're like, well, I beat you that one time, like against that game. Or do you ever like with your teammates, like to be like going against you, like, remember like that one game when I was at that different college and I beat you? Do you ever do you ever bring that up?
Oh yeah, they know. I don't really have to say too much. They know all about it. They claim that they won because we had played the game and then we had started another game. But yeah, we won, so I don't really rub it in their face or any of that.
It's already set in stone.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Do you have any like what are your plans after graduation? Are you do you want to pursue basketball more, possibly go like overseas, the G League, or even in the NBA? Do you what are your plans? Which way do you think you're going?
I want to be a professional basketball player at the highest level. Obviously, when college is done, you know, I'm going to play professional basketball. I'm going to pursue that dream. I think I have one more year to spare if I wanted to, but I don't know if I am or not. So right now, I'm really just focused on being present.
So you might have one more year here?
I might have one more year at another school. After this year, I'm done with Nelson.
Okay.
But
oh no.
Yeah, oh no. But yeah, I just try to take it a day at a time, try to control what I can, be better, and just really just take the opportunity to be with my teammates. You know, obviously I'm playing with my brother Alaric, which has been nothing short of a blessing. Not a lot of people get to play with their brothers in college, let alone get a ring.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Or even be in the same college.
Right. So I'm extremely fortunate. I'm just taking it a day at a time, and I think whatever God has in store for me, I'll let him have his way.
Do you so you said you possibly have one more year. Do you have any schools that you're possibly thinking about going to?
No. Obviously I would, if I was to go another year, it would probably be Division I. I'm not sure where. I don't have a set in stone where it would be, but it would definitely be that for sure.
Let's kind of just go back to everything else. How do you manage like being on the varsity basketball team here, and also manage your academics life? Because I know that must be, because I played in high school, and I knew that like making time for practice and making time for my homework and my studyings.
Yeah.
How do you manage that? Because especially on a college level, it must be a lot more hard.
Right. I would say if I'm not playing basketball, I'm making sure my work is done. So I don't have to worry about it. So if I have something that's due at midnight and I have a game, I'll probably do it prior to the game, and then I'll play the game, and then now I can just rest. But actually last night I had a game. It was a game we won, and then I had homework due at 11:59, and I got dressed at like 9:30, got something to eat, and I wrote my paper, and then I was done, which was unlikely for me. But it's what happens. And time management is essential for, you know, what you want to accomplish. It's essential for what you want to achieve. So I would say I handled it pretty well so far. Maybe not yesterday, but I got it done.
You got it done. That's what counts at the end of the day.
Have you ever gotten like grace from teachers? Like they understand the role you're in. They're like, oh, it's not that they give you special privileges, but like they've ever gotten grace. Like, they understand that you were either traveling, or they understand that you were playing for a big game like the conference title, and they're like, it's okay, you can have one more day, or it's like, it's okay. Just don't worry about that.
Right. Yeah, my teachers know beforehand. If we're traveling, if we have a game, the important thing is to communicate and email them and text them that, like, this is going on, and I might have this work a little. Is it okay if I have this work turned in at this time instead of this time? And that's not something that you ask a day before. It's something that you ask like a few days ahead. So yeah, just having that communication, just being proactive instead of reactive is important.
Do you have any teachers here that really like you look back and like, oh, that teacher's impacted my life?
Right.
Like if you could like look back on from your time here at Nelson, do you have one teacher that's like, that's the teacher I'll remember for the rest of my life?
Absolutely. Dr. Knapp, he is a language arts teacher. He's a friend of mine. He's a brother of mine. I love him to death. He's invited me into his office. He's taught me about his family, his wife, where he's came from. He's from China. So him coming from there to over here, it was China or Japan, one of those two. But he's came from there to here, and just he was sharing me his whole life story. It's been great. It's been humbling. And you know, him sharing his story with me, it meant a lot to me, just because I don't think he's done it with a lot of people. So I think our relationship is really close, for sure.
Do you I forgot what I was gonna say. Do you like have any funny memories, or like you look back and like, oh, that's like my best moment with that teacher, or like like, do you have any like prominent times that you're like, I will forever remember that, or and thank him for that moment? Like
in a classroom?
Yeah.
Coach Sutherland's class, we made like paper airplanes. We made like little footballs with like paper, and then we tried to kick a field goal. Like I never did that before. So that was new to me. But yeah, having fun in class. I think I have fun in every class. I don't take it for granted. But I think it's all fun. If it's what you make it to be, I think. And every day is fun for me.
Did you have any teachers throughout your life that pushed you to your limits, that didn't give you any leeway and said, I need you to get your assignment done on time like everyone else?
Yeah. In high school, well, I'll start back. When I was younger, I was in Killeen. My dad was coaching at Killeen Shoemaker, and the whole coaching staff had got a job opportunity to come to Mansfield Summit to play football, to coach football. I'm sorry. And a few of the coaches were my teachers. Coach Laborte, I've known him since I was like 6 years old. Again, like he treats me like any other person. Even harder, I would say, just because of who I am and who my dad is. So he wants me to be the best. So I think his like, yo, like you need to do this at this time. You know, you need to get this done, as well as prepare, you know, for basketball and stuff like that. So yeah, the accountability is it's been great. From my father to Coach Laborte to my brother to my mom to my other brother. The accountability has always been there. From Coach Pritchett, my high school basketball coach, it's always been there. And they've taught me how to work really hard and keep myself accountable as well as lead.
Do you keep in contact with anyone from your high school? Like, you're like, because I know I still do. I know I'm just freshman, but like I still keep in contact with a few people from high school. And when I do go home, I'll go hoop with them, or I'll message them here and there. Do you ever just like
friends?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Most of them are athletes. Obviously my friend Levon, friend Derek, King, Ao, all these guys have played on my basketball team. Ao is a manager on the team. So, and they all had their roles. So yeah, I still contact them, as well as the coaches, as well as students there. I mean, I never forget a face. I remember everybody's name. So I feel like obviously you can't get in touch with everybody that you want to, but that connection is definitely still there for sure.
Do you feel that you'll ever cross paths with all your high school friends at some point throughout your professional career?
God willing. I think we've all seen that in our lives. Like, it's a small world. We'll be places that we wouldn't expect these people to be in. Yeah, it's God willing. It's something that, you know, I would look forward to seeing. I would be happy to see people that I haven't seen in a long time. So definitely, for sure.
Do you have any advice for either incoming freshman athletes, or just incoming freshmen in general, or even just like athletes now, about what they can do to really get the most out of their years here, and like how to manage it? Like, you've been doing this for some time. I bet you know you have some tips and tricks.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for these people, and like what they can do the best?
Yeah. Obviously, have a faith in God. You keep God first. keep God at the focus. Work super hard, chop wood, carry water. That's something that you can control, how hard you work, how you approach things, how you respond. Another thing I would say, just being here, just be open. I think this is a unique school with a unique experience. We have chapel. We have people that we see every single day. So just really being open to learning and to growing and to let the Holy Spirit into your life, and finding gratitude in whatever circumstance, situation that you find yourself in, can really go a long way. Working hard, you don't have to. Where you come from, where you've been, how you are, how you've been treated, can't help you for the moment, and it doesn't define you. Losses don't define you. What defines you is your character. What defines you is how you respond, how you treat other people, and you work hard. So naturally, I think if you just pray about it, you be the best you put your best foot forward in everything you do, and you're kind, I think is the main focus for sure. Everything will fall into place.
Mm-hmm. I think one of our last few questions is outside of sports, is there something you're passionate and you want to explore? So like, let's say your professional career doesn't happen.
Or if your professional career doesn't work out, do you feel like God is pulling you towards a particular field at this moment?
Absolutely. I think I speak really well. I think I'm comfortable with sharing my thoughts about certain things. Obviously, motivational speaking has been on my mind a little bit. Ministry has been on my mind a little bit. And I think basketball has been an outlet to those things. Like it's brought me here. So whatever can come out of playing basketball, I think God will have his way anyway. So I'm just trusting that and trusting the process, just trying to be the best me I can, character-wise, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and striving to do that, and then everything else will just fall into line, I think.
If you could like snap your fingers right now and play in one NBA team, what would it be?
Luka Doncic.
Honestly, I would love to play for the Lakers with Kobe and Shaq. I think there's so much to learn from Kobe Bryant. It's my favorite basketball player of all time. His preparation, his mind, how he treated people, the impact that he had on so many people that didn't even get a chance to meet him, is extremely special, and is something that hopefully when it's all said and done, I can be that inspiration for other people to just keep going, just keep being the best version of yourself. You don't have to be anything else. And that right there is what it's really all about, just inspiring the next and the next and the next, and then you'll get what you want for sure.
I think it's a pretty controversial one, but what's your opinion on the Luka trade?
Good question. It's something that I did not expect. I got blindsided by it, and seeing Luka in the Lakers jersey is, I mean, I still haven't.
It doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right. Like it just
looks AI.
It looks AI, right? Like 77 in Lakers jersey.
We're all being tricked.
Like he might get his jersey retired, but I don't think that he's gonna stay there like his whole career. I think he's gonna get traded at least one more time. But I mean, it is what it is. Him and LeBron, it's a tough duo, man.
It's a crazy duo.
It's a crazy duo, man. But
all right, I think our final question, and this is a very controversial one.
Yeah.
Nelson or Sagu?
Always Sagu. It will always be Sagu. It will forever be Sagu to me. It's Goo Nation. But Nelson nonetheless is great too as well. But it will definitely always be Sagu for sure. That's what set the tone, man. You can't ever forget it.
Yes, sir. Do you have any other questions?
No, I think we're good at this moment.
Good.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Is there anything else you would like to say to anyone that's listening?
Is there a message you would like to give anyone, inspire somebody, or even talk to your family or something?
I would say it is the one who surrenders the outcome. He usually gets what he wants. It's the one who controls the controllables that eventually will see the light at the end of the tunnel. Keep a faith in God. Trust yourself. Trust your instincts. A lot of people may not see your vision, but God sees you. Jesus loves you. And whatever you choose to do in this life, just remember to keep God close. Make sure that you're loving everybody how you're supposed to. Don't take any moment for granted. A lot of people look back and wish they had a moment back. So it's important to be in the moment, put your best foot forward, be present, and, just love on your neighbor as you would love on yourself. That's what I got to offer.
That's awesome.
Amen.
Well, I'm Miles.
I'm Obed.
That's
Mike.
Mike.
That's
over there.
Mike.
That's Mike.
I'm CJ Hall.
Thank you for listening.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.